It all started in a pharmacy. A man named Dr. John Pemberton was a pharmacist in Atlanta, Georgia. The year was 1886. He wanted to create something new, a special kind of drink. He experimented with many ingredients, searching for the perfect mix. The result was a sweet caramel-colored syrup with a unique taste. Pemberton mixed this syrup with carbonated water, making it fizzy and refreshing. People first tasted it at soda fountains, which were popular social hubs back then. The new drink quickly became a local hit. From the very beginning, branding was key. Coca-Cola wasn't just sold, it was promoted. The name itself was catchy, and the famous script logo was designed early. Early slogans were simple but effective, like delicious and refreshing. Another pharmacist, Asa Candler, bought the formula and saw its huge potential. He pushed the brand aggressively, making smart deals for bottling. This meant Coke could be sold everywhere, not just at soda fountains. Coca-Cola started to become a part of American life, more than just a drink. It was becoming a symbol, setting the stage for its future dominance. A true titan was born from simple beginnings. Coca-Cola began to grow very fast. Candler made smart deals for bottling. Just a few years later, another pharmacist had an idea. His name was Caleb Bradham, living in New Bern, North Carolina. The year was 1893. He too was mixing drinks in his pharmacy, wanting to create his own special beverage. He called his first drink Brad's Drink. In 1898, Bradham renamed it Pepsi-Cola, from pepsin and cola nuts. Bradham believed his drink was more than just tasty. It could help with digestion and boost energy. Pepsi-Cola was marketed as a refreshing and invigorating choice. From the start, Pepsi often positioned itself differently, often a bit cheaper than Coca-Cola. This made it appealing to some people, targeting a slightly different audience. But Pepsi's early days were not easy. The company faced many struggles, even going bankrupt once. It had to be reorganized, fighting to survive. Coca-Cola was already a powerful force. Pepsi was the underdog, needing to be clever and resilient. These early challenges shaped Pepsi, making it a fighter, ready for the long battle ahead. It was trying to find its own space in a market Coke was starting to own. Then came the 1930s. The Great Depression hit America hard, and money was incredibly tight. Pepsi-Cola saw a big opportunity in this crisis. Coca-Cola sold its standard 6.5-ounce bottle for 5 cents. Pepsi started selling a 12-ounce bottle for the same price, 5 cents. This was a bold move, a direct challenge, giving people more for their money. Pepsi created a catchy jingle. Pepsi-Cola hits the spot. 12 full ounces, that's a lot. Twice as much for a nickel too. Pepsi-Cola is the drink for you. This jingle became famous, clearly telling everyone about Pepsi's value. During the Depression, Pepsi gained a lot of ground, becoming known as the Smart Buy. This period was a turning point for Pepsi, establishing it as a major player. It wasn't just a small competitor anymore, it was a serious threat to Coca-Cola's dominance. The nickel advantage was a game changer. It spoke directly to families struggling to make ends meet. World War II arrived, changing the world and the Cola Wars. Coca-Cola's leader, Robert Woodruff, decided every American soldier should get a Coke for 5 cents. This was a patriotic promise and a brilliant business strategy. Coca-Cola had to build bottling plants overseas, close to the front lines. Coke became a taste of home for soldiers, a small comfort in difficult times. It was more than just a drink, it was a symbol of what they were fighting for. Drinking Coke became a patriotic act, boosting morale for the troops. This association with patriotism created strong emotional bonds with millions of people. When the war ended, Coca-Cola had a big advantage with bottling plants all over the world. These plants became the foundation for its global expansion. It cemented its position as an international brand. Pepsi was still mostly an American company with a lot of catching up to do. The war helped Coke conquer the world. It linked the brand deeply with American identity. The 1950s brought peace and prosperity with a new generation coming of age. These were the baby boomers, young, optimistic and different. They had their own music, styles, and were looking for things that represented them. Pepsi realized it needed a new image. Appealing to this vibrant youth, Coca-Cola had a strong traditional image, seen as established. Pepsi saw a chance to be different, launching the Pepsi Generation campaign. The ads featured young, active, happy people surfing, skiing, dancing, and drinking Pepsi. It wasn't just about the taste, it was about a lifestyle, being part of something new and cool. The message was clear. Pepsi is for the young at heart, those who embrace the future. This strategy worked incredibly well, associating Pepsi with youth culture. It directly challenged Coca-Cola's more mature image. The Pepsi generation was not just a slogan, it was a cultural phenomenon. It helped Pepsi close the gap with Coke. It showed that marketing could change perceptions. The rivalry heated up in the 1970s and 1980s. Pepsi launched the Pepsi Challenge, a series of blind taste tests. People were asked to try 2 unnamed colas and say which one they liked better. The results were surprising. Many preferred the taste of Pepsi. Pepsi advertised these results heavily, suggesting Coke's popularity was just habit. Coca-Cola started to worry, seeing their market share slipping. They conducted their own research, showing a preference for a sweeter taste. In 1985, they changed their secret formula, launching New Coke. It was sweeter, more like Pepsi, but New Coke was a disaster. Consumers were outraged, wanting their original Coke. There were protests, and people hoarded old Coke. After just 79 days, they brought back the original formula, calling it Coca-Cola Classic. New Coke became a famous marketing blunder. Pepsi, of course, loved it. The Pepsi Challenge was a powerful message. It suggested that Coke's popularity was just habit, not necessarily because it tasted better. This put Coca-Cola on the defensive. The Cola Wars raged on. Celebrity endorsements became a major weapon. Pepsi focused on pop stars like Michael Jackson, Madonna, Britney Spears, and Beyoncé. These stars were global icons, making Pepsi seem cool and current. Coca-Cola also used celebrities, but often took a broader approach, sponsoring major global events like the Olympic Games and the FIFA World Cup. These events reached billions, associating Coke with unity and celebration. Slogans were constantly changing, capturing the spirit of the times. Pepsi had the choice of a new generation and joy of Pepsi. Coca-Cola had Coke is it and open happiness. Global expansion was another key battleground, with both companies pushing into new markets. The fight was for every single consumer, building brand loyalty from a young age. The advertising budgets were enormous. The saturation was incredible. But it was about making their cola the preferred choice worldwide. Then a new challenge emerged: health consciousness. Sugary drinks came under fire with concerns about obesity and diabetes. Sales of traditional sodas began to slow down. Both companies responded by innovating, launching diet versions of their colas. Diet Coke and Diet Pepsi were huge successes. Then came Coca-Cola Zero Sugar and Pepsi Max. They also started offering smaller can sizes, addressing health concerns directly. Diversification became essential for survival and growth. They expanded their product portfolios, buying or developing water brands like Dasani and Aquafina. They moved into juices, teas, sports drinks, energy drinks, and coffee products. Digital marketing became crucial, using social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. They used influencers, created viral campaigns, and engaged in real-time conversations. The goal was to stay relevant and connect with people in new ways. The Cola Wars moved online. It was a new frontier for an old rivalry. So, who is winning the Cola War today? It's not a simple answer. The Coca-Cola Company often leads in overall beverage company revenue. However, PepsiCo, Pepsi's parent company, is larger due to owning Frito-Lay. In terms of just cola sales, the battle is still fierce. In some countries, Coke is number one. In others, Pepsi leads. Brand loyalty is incredibly strong, often lasting a lifetime. The competition keeps both companies sharp. The Cola War was always more than just about selling soda. It fundamentally shaped modern advertising and marketing. The tactics they used became standard practice: celebrity endorsements, lifestyle branding, global campaigns. They showed the incredible power of a brand. This epic rivalry is a fascinating story of innovation and adaptation. It reflects major cultural shifts over decades. The lessons from the Cola Wars will endure, telling us a lot about business, culture, and ourselves.